Nothing is so beautiful as spring, when weeds in wheels shoot long and lovely and lush. Thrush's eyes look little low heavens, and thrush through the echoing timber does so rinse and ring the ear. It strikes like lightnings to hear him sing. The glossy pear tree leaves and blooms, they brush the descending blue. That blue is all in a rush with richness. The racing lambs too have fair their fling. What is all this juice and all this joy, a strain of the earth's sweet being in the beginning in Eden garden? Have yet before it cloy, before it cloud, Christ Lord and saw with sinning, innocent mind and Mayday in girl and boy, most, O maid's child, thy choice and worthy the winning. Where I come from, spring is a small affair. Trees turn naked and then green, but they're buried so far behind behemoths of glass and cement I can barely see them. All I've seen of spring is pictures of vibrant meadows in our grade school science textbooks and this utterly delightful, absolutely excessive poem by Hopkins. By now, we have sufficiently established that the fundamental, if not singular, idea that propelled the Romantic movement in poetry was an appreciation for nature and the effect it could have on the human mind. Take that and fit it in a style of poetry radically different from its contemporaries, throw in lines of praise for God, and what you're left with is this poem. If I permit myself one moment of idealism, I can imagine exactly what prompted this sonnet, and if I can do that, perhaps you can too, and we can take a trip together to a village where there are pear trees, lambs, and singing thrushes. The poem confines to the Petrarchan sonnet and how it is laid out, an octave followed by a sestet and a volta that helps make the switch from description to allusion, but it is not written in the traditional iambic pentameter. It is written in sprung rhythm, an idea evolved and used widely by Hopkins, meant to resemble the rhythm and flow of natural speech. In the poet's eyes, there is nothing quite as beautiful as the spring season. The weeds are out in full force, long and lush. The eggs of the thrush look like little heavens, and the thrush itself is flying through the tall woods. The song of the thrush strikes the poet like lightning, which might seem dramatic, but perhaps it is to say that it feels sudden and loud, like nothing else exists. The pear tree and its leaves brush against the descending clouds, gloriously blue clouds, and the lambs running around have their share of springtime gaiety. The second stanza is essentially a prayer to Jesus Christ, and as difficult as it might be to break down every line into a given meaning, it appears broadly that he is comparing the sight in front of him to the Garden of Eden and asks to enjoy it before the season changes and winter rolls around. The octave is everything romantic, bird songs and clouds, lambs and pear trees. The immediacy with which the pastoral feeling sets in is unmissable and a testament to Hopkins' skill. The early use of the word heaven is a foreshadowing of what lies ahead. Like pied beauty, Hopkins cleverly ties his gratitude for higher power and its power to create with a vivid description of the creations. The punctuation and turn of phrase in the second stanza indicate a desperation to hold on to what is against a fear of what is to be. This extract from Poetry Foundation's essay on Hopkins is particularly relevant in understanding his idea of the marriage between nature and religion. In addition to specific inspirations such as these, the father communicated to his son a sense of nature as a book written by God which leads its readers to thoughtful contemplation of Him, a theme particularly evident in Manley and Thomas Marsland Hopkins' book of poems, Pars Metrica. Consequently, Gerard went on to write poems which were some of the best expressions not only of the romantic approach to nature, but also the older tradition of explicitly religious nature poetry.